Good evening, salutations, and welcome to, where is my head? What the, okay, that's weird. That's certainly strange. Let's try that again. It's Will, and I'm here in the, we're going to be doing some FanCraft tonight, so... I've been doing a lot of the Star Wars Galaxies lately, but I wanted to give you guys a chance to catch us up on what I've been up to with FanCraft, because it's been a hot minute since I did an update. So we're going to rejoin the realm, and hopefully my head comes back. That was really strange, man. I certainly don't... There we go. Hi. I have a head again. It's Will. Welcome to FanCraft. And, yeah. So things are going to look a little different for you guys today. Over the holidays, I got a good video card finally. So I got an RTX, not a high end. Forgive me for eating on camera. Not an incredibly high end one, but certainly enough to do some of the ray tracing here. So I'm very excited to show you guys what's up with that. It's gonna be kind of neat to kind of show off that. As well as like the builds I've done and stuff. I just got back from a trip. I also just got back from having COVID, so that was fun. But as you can see, things look a little different, man. Ray tracing is man, that ain't no joke. Like, here's the thing. It's awesome outside. The problem is inside gets a little weird. Gets dark very quickly. Excuse me. And so, as you can see, I mean, you can look through the windows and stuff, but I was running with kind of shaded windows and things. Lighting in here is really, really rough. I like it still. I don't always run with it. If I know I'm going to be doing a lot of cave stuff, I tend to turn that off. But I mean, like up here and stuff especially, I've had to add a ton more lighting to the attic and stuff. It does make you kind of think about lighting. It makes you think about how you light everything with your builds. So as you can see, like here, I had to put some, because I mean, it's just, if not, you just can't see. You really can't. At least things don't spawn. I mean, there's enough light for things not to spawn, but it's still really hard to see what you're doing, see where you're going. That sort of thing. So I highly recommend, if you get a ray tracing card, be prepared for that. Nobody really told me about that. But I've been liking it a lot. I definitely love the way it looks, especially when you go outside. I mean, this is gorgeous. I mean, I've been up there a lot. I've been using a lot of rockets lately because, I mean, I just keep kind of going up here to get like the prettiness of it. So I kind of fly over here, and then we'll go down into my we'll get some more rockets in a minute. I got some... don't go in the fire. That would have been bad. But, I mean, take a look at the city, man. Take a look at Williamsburg. I mean, this just looks incredibly good. I'm pretty proud of it. I've done quite a bit of work this week as far as kind of getting my base set up. I've been mainly working on my base. Because, I kind of let it slip for a little while. So I added some trees by my family homes here, things of that nature. Did I knock that? Looks like I knocked a window out. Okay, well, I'll have to replace that. Added some trees here. I definitely, I de-decorated my grandma's for Christmas. Take a look at that. So, and again, it's just really kind of dark in here. So, and again, it's lit enough. If I switch to the non-RTX stuff, I mean, it will be, it's fine. It's just, it looks a little weird inside. But again, you can't beat the outside. I wish there was a way we could toggle it on and off quickly. I don't like the fact that we can't see banners. Banners are also kind of a problem. They're aware of it. I think Mojang is working on it. So, but let's get some rockets here. So let's take a look here. So one of the things I've added is I added this bridge. As some of you might know, I've been really trying to emulate or at least get a lot of the buildings from the Rochester, New York skyline, because that's where I'm from. And they built this bridge a few years ago, probably about 15 years ago now, for Susan B. Anthony and Frederick Douglass. So I've added that in. It never looks even, but I assure you it is. And it does kind of add to that look. I'm going to add one or two more buildings. I might add the Hyatt Hotel and stuff. But, I mean, I did add that. It's strictly there for aesthetic purposes. It serves no other purpose. But, yeah, this, I mean, if you guys want to see, I will do this. We'll do this up here. Let's take a look. I'm going to show you guys, like, why you get a ray tracing video card. Okay, so you take a look at this, and this looks fantastic and awesome, right? And then, say you go in and you turn off ray tracing here. Okay, now that looks a little more normal. But, I mean, it's a totally different aesthetic compared to, like you can see in the glass and stuff. That's what I mean. I really like the ray tracing. I think it's really kind of fantastic. It makes Central City look really, really good. I'll show you guys that in a minute here. And here we go. See, I mean, just from a standpoint of comparison, you just can't compare it. It's night and day. It looks fantastic. So I'm going to go into Central City because I want to show you guys. The Pirate games are already over with. I did join the Pirate games for round 1. Oh, and I love the way the water looks. Oh, the water is so cool. And I'll show you what underwater looks like in a minute. But, ray tracing, it does take a little longer to load in, obviously. I can't go as far out as chunks. I think I'm going out 20, and I think my video card's not liking it that much. But that's okay. It'll survive, and if it doesn't, I'll be pissed. My video card, or my network card went down. Did I lose the stream? Sorry about that. Hopefully you're all still listening. Yeah, my video card just went down. I have a feeling I got to get a better video card for this computer. Uh-oh. I flew into the dragon. So apparently I disconnected while it was... All right, so this is even better. Wait till you see this at night. Like, at night, the shaders are just awesome. You can't beat it. Like... The Sanctum Sanctorum looks completely awesome in the dark, along with Avengers Tower. You can't say enough good about the shaders at night. It's really... So if you can get them... And, I mean, here's the thing. The video cards are not that terribly expensive. This one I got, I think, was around $200. But it definitely... It does help with a lot of things other than just Minecraft. But, I mean, in Minecraft, it's fantastic. So let's make it daytime because as much as I like nighttime, I don't want to deal with nighttime. So... Okay. So, all right. So now here we are. We're inside Central City. Like I said, there's been a lot of great developments. But I'm going to show you guys my pirate ship. So in the round 1 of the pirate games, it happened a few weeks ago. I was out of town or something was going on where I couldn't play that Friday night. I forget. Oh, my wife and I went and did something together, so we weren't able to play with the rest of the FanCrafters. So they did a stream. I encourage you to look them up. Look up FanCraft on YouTube. And what it was basically was there are these... where's the thingies? Oh, treasure. So there were these pirate treasures. Each of us had one. And we were to hide it somewhere on our boats, on our bills. So you've got the Black Pearl over there. And we're not supposed to fly around here, so that's why I'm not breaking the rules. But basically, and Bo made it so that these become fireworks. So we were supposed to build them on our builds. And what I did was, so I saw the black pearl, and I saw what Bo was doing here. He had built kind of like a, first of all, again, look at underwater, dude. What do you see? I mean, this is kind of neat, really neat under here. When you're swimming underwater with this stuff, I mean, yeah. Again, highly recommend the RTX. So Bo built this, like, pirate island over here, and and of course, Night Valen has to show us all up and build the freaking Black Pearl. This awesome course. I mean, it was a parkour course to do it. So you had to hide it in a chest on your builds. No problem at all. So, I mean, some people just did one thing. Some people did another. The Friday night that happened, I'll show you my build and what I did, because I did two. So I decided that they had these boats there. Those are great. But what about this? A sunken treasure. A sunken boat. So I built this whole boat underwater. This, larger type of thing. I was going to try to make it Y up, like break up, so that there was actually hull up here, like broken in half. But then I just decided to do this. It just was easier. I was running low on time. So I built this under here. It's a simple build. I knew it wasn't going to be anything major. It gets the point across. And then I went in and I took the water out of this area so that we could have like this little cabin. So, I mean, we're all good here because I put a bunch of conduits. When we were building the Pirate District, I used up all the conduits I had. And I built 4 conduits over here so that everybody can breathe underwater. But I did this because I thought it was kind of cool. I've always been fascinated with sunken air bubbles. Like stories of people that have lived in air bubbles for months or weeks, waiting for rescue. I thought this was kind of cool. So I had a bunch of beds in here. This is kind of like the idea. And then, you can't see it. Do I have any lights? I do. Okay, good. So, and then what I did was I built this area over here. And, I'm going to tear that apart. So I built that now, and then what I did was, and so I made it look like I put this chest here, so easy to find behind this wall. I made it so that somebody would have to step over here, and when they open the chest, you can't see it, but a trapdoor would open. Well, I have my thing, so I'll show you what would happen. And I made it deep enough to where I learned from Fox's mistake when he tried to kill me over at the thing. So I made it so that they'd have to open this, and they would fall. And land here on these stalagmites. And that, fall down here unless you were holding a totem of undying like I am, pretty much assured that you were dead. You were going to die. And you'd kind of want to die because we have a rule that you can't break blocks. So, yeah. And then, your stuff would fall in here and everything would be fine. Okay, so what I did was I built this chest here. So I was like, okay, you know what? If you fall and die, as kind of a consolation prize, you're going to find your thing in here. You're going to find the diamond in here. Bo did. Bo found it like night 1, no problem. Went ahead and did it. And then I had always had this idea. This was always going to be a red herring anyway. So the first time, I knew somebody was going to find it. And then I went. So Bo found it. I got on the server, I think that Monday or Sunday or Monday while I was traveling. And I really started looking into things. And I think it was actually Saturday. I logged in and went looking around. And I found Bo's almost instantly. Like, it was not hard. Bo's got a certain style. So, Bo's style being, one of a little bit of misdirection and one of a little bit, blah, blah. So, Bo had my 2. He had mine and his in a chest. So I did a look around here, and I went around his base. I got into the inside here, and I started looking around the inside. I looked on his boat. Then I found this in here. And there was a treasure chest, I think, in this lava pit. But, which is why you'll see I had a few potions of fire resistance. And I found that nothing was in there. So, and then I went inside, and he had a parkour course, and nothing was there either. And then I'm like, huh. Then I really started to think about, okay, what would Bo do then if it's not on the inside and it's not on the parkour course? Well, he must have put it on the outside somewhere else. So I started kind of poking around his base, and I noticed was it in here? I forget where it was. I started swimming in the lava since I had the fire stuff. So I got to the outside. All right, so I got to the outside to the yeah. Hey, what's that? Oh, that brings me back to the top. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that's kind of cool. So, go to the other side here. So what happened was I started looking around on the outside, etc., etc. This is... I think that everybody's making changes for the next round. I should go get another totem of undying just to be safe. So somehow, yeah, I was swimming around in that lava, and then I ended up over here and kind of looking around and going, huh, you know, like he's got a lot of... I see there was a chest down there, and I'm like, hey, that's kind of cool. And actually, I think I need to be outside of the shaders, because I was not using the shaders at that point, because I was remote. All right, here we go. And then I got kind of down here, and I saw that there. And I'm like, hey, what is this? And I opened it up, and there were the 2 stars. So I immediately grabbed those, and I decided that, okay, cool, we have stars. Let's get them back to my base. Now, knowing that, you know, and I did check first, I'm like, they don't have to be hidden in the same place they were, right? If you've been found once before... Bo's like, no, you could totally have it in a second place, which is good because I was always kind of counting on that. So what I had done when I first built the base is and this is not the only thing in here that has it, which I'm kind of lucky. There are a few places where I can hide things. We'll go in the back door because I don't want to die. So... yeah, I made this really deep and really far, and I was very proud of myself. So I had always, and I can undo my own work. So I had decided long ago that I was going to put a chest. All right, I'll just do it. So I decided long ago I was going to put a chest somewhere, but you were going to have a key to open it. And the key was going to be a redstone torch. So, because this had a redstone torch there, so I made it there. The pistons would open, and this chest would reveal itself. And inside that chest is where I kept. So what I did was I put those there. And then I just simply, you know, covered up the holes. You know, and then... so, and I kept a torch there. Actually, I don't think I had a torch there originally. I think somebody else put one there. Because I wanted them to make it easy. Yeah, I didn't have that torch there. Somebody put that there. And I put it like that. And I left it like that. So you can't find it. You can't see it. All right. But if somebody puts one of the torches, and then I put the torches in here that said, not the treasure GL. And I did that on purpose. I did that because I noticed everybody else's treasure chests had not the treasure, good luck. So instead of just having redstone torches in there that I thought would be giveaways, I renamed them not the treasure GL, but that was my hint. So somebody would be able to come in here, take one of those torches, and I figured they'd just start laying it around. Nope, it's not there. Nope, not there. What about there? Oh, I heard that open. and then they would find it. So that's how I had the two basically hiding in there. And then basically what happened is Bo and everybody else kind of sort of, I don't want to say gave up, but they kind of sort of gave up. They basically decided that, they were going to let, so I had two, and I want to put the shaders back on. I had two, and Night Valen had two. So basically they said, I think on that Monday, right before I got COVID, they were like, hey, we give up. Will and Knight, fight it out. You guys go to town. And so, I mean, the gauntlet was then thrown. I had a feeling Valen was going to figure that out eventually. Because the rules said, and I quote, you are not allowed to put it someplace where we have to break blocks to get it. At no point did they say, and Bo, by the way, got a little annoyed with this. At no point did they say we couldn't make it, though, redstone, that you needed redstone. And that a piston can move it. So you didn't have to break the blocks to get to it. You just had to know. You just had to you had to complete the you had to short the circuit. And I thought that would be, when everybody was like, oh, well, what's your hint? You said there's a hint. What's the hint? And I said, well, the hint's down in the lower area. And that's all I said. I didn't say grab a redstone torch. I just said it's in the lower area. And figuring that guys are going to open the thing and go, why would Will put a bunch of redstone torches in his treasure chests? That makes no sense. And I left one for each guy. So I left three. I left two in the chest where they were before, and one in the the grab chest. And I thought that was fair. Bo got kind of a little salty about it. Salty, get it? Pirate stuff. But he was okay with it. He kind of left it up to everybody else, and everybody else was like, well, we didn't say he couldn't do it. And so, blah, blah, that's it. So I got that. So they're hidden. They can't find them. And I started to think about, okay, Knight. Well, I also know how Knight plays. And Knight's a king of misdirection. So I did the parkour course. I went playing on top, of treasure, of the chests, and never saw anything that, it wasn't there. All I kept getting was not the treasure, not the treasure, not the treasure. So I was like, okay. And then I kind of pulled off to the side, and I literally went over here, and I sat, and I just kind of looked at the boat. And I'm like, okay, what would Knight do? And, I could always use meat. Thank you for your meat. And I realized, you know what? Knight might have put it on the boat, but also, I started swimming around underwater. Because maybe he did what I did and put it around the boat. So I started really going to town, looking under here, looking for any sort of chests that were down here, et cetera, et cetera. And then, did he take it out? Is it still there? And again, I didn't have the, yeah, I think he took it out. Okay. But back here, so I'm searching around, I came up real quick, and right here, instead of this block, it was a black shulker. Open it up. Boom, there it is. So I'm like, oh, sweet. So I caught all four, took them back to my thing, and made it. I made a video for the team. I was like, listen, I'll put this together right now. Because I was mobile. It was lousy audio and lousy video, and maybe I'll add it or I'll make it public. Where I kind of told them what I did, how they could get to it. Because again, Bo was like, "What I want to know what you did." He kind of was like, not upset, but he was kind of like just making sure I was following the rules. And I did. And so, yeah, I showed him what happened, and he was like, wow, we didn't, it's not really the spirit of it. I kind of did say if it feels cheaty. I'm like, that doesn't feel cheaty to me, though. Like, so what, we gotta leave it out in the open or hide it behind things? I mean, it just doesn't seem, honestly, what's the difference between that and what Doc did? Doc had a pretty good idea, too. He had see if I can find it down here. You had an area where you would had to swim through it to get to it. Is it down here? Yeah. So you have to be swimming, obviously, and then, yeah, you can get through it in here. And then you'd go down here, and I think he had a door puzzle. Yeah. So we'll show you Doc's little vault room. And can I see? There we go. So he had this little vault puzzle here. And so I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. You know, you have to kind of... I forget what it was. I did get it to work. There we go. And he had it in here, and then he had like that secret chest, and you had to like do something here. Oh, there was like that. Oh, and that would shut it. That opens it up, and then you couldn't get to it somehow. There were a whole bunch of tricks to this room. This is kind of his puzzle room. And I admired it a lot. So I was very cool with it. And I was kind of like, didn't doctors... He's like, well, you saw the levers, so you knew there was a game involved. I'm like, yeah, but the redstone was kind of there, and why would I use redstone? Why would I use a redstone torch? You know, so they allowed me to have it. So that being said, I am now the official... how do we get out of here again? I forget. I think I have to, like... I think I have to close that. There we go. All right. So, I am now the official winner of round 1. So, that's kind of cool. Apparently what it does is it puts a bounty on my head, which I don't know. I don't think anything happens because VBP only is supposed to happen when we're in the Pirate District and when we're looking for things. I think he's using the bounty as just the points, and I have 1,000 right now, so... $1,000 bounty. So... Which is cool. So I'm the winner. I won the first, pirate game. And I feel very good about it. I thought it was ingenious. I thought I was being very smart doing that. So I for one, am kind of okay with it. Again, I know Bo's a little bit salty about it. Hey, what do we got there? Set it so it can only be opened at night with a solar... Dude! Thank you, by the way, Pengu, for the bit there. Thank you very much. The cheer. You know what? I might. Here's the thing. I've got a kind of idea. I think we're allowed to make changes, so I think I will for this. I do have a second, like, redstone type of secret area under here, which I don't want to advertise too much because we are going to have a second round. It's going to be a bigger round. Socasm's going to be involved as well as a lot of other people. So I don't want to get too crazy about what I'm planning. Suffice it to say, I'm going to do what I can. I really felt, if you've been following our SMP here, our server, I really thought that was something Fox would do. Fox is another player on here, and he's one of those very crafty redstone guys. You know, he just is. He's one of the coolest cats to play with. And so I tend to, I was like, this is a really genius idea. And it just wasn't something Bo thought of, I guess. But this is really cool. This is Bo's. Bo also created a parkour course here. Works pretty well. I did get to the top. I'm not going to do it now because it's silly and, I'd look silly. And I don't want to look silly on my own stream. It took me a while. That took me like 2 hours, actually, of hardcore trying to figure out how he built it. And then he's building a casino here. So this is the Nintendo district. This is where you can build anything from a gaming area. I'll show you what Fox is working on over here. Fox is working on the team build of this district, which is the Temple of Time. And so far, it looks fantastic. This is going to be incredibly epic and awesome. And I can't wait to see it built. I really want to get in and try to help out. He needs us to kind of do some mirroring. It looks like people have done that. So that's kind of good. I didn't get a chance. I had COVID. When I had COVID, I was down. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I want to build over here in the gaming district. I kind of want to do something. I think Sonic is a really cool idea for something to build over there. So All right, so the post office is here. I got nothing in my mailbox. Yay. Bo went ahead and moved the portal over here, which I agree with. I agree. That's kind of cool. But let's go take a look at Socasm. I think was going to try to log on, but I don't know if she's going to make it, which is okay. So I'll just go over and she's building kind of an interesting base. She's doing it old school. Like she's got a tree base and now she's built into a cave. You know, me from day one, I'm like, I'm building X mansion. Yeah. And I started just trying to find gobs of clay, as much clay as I could get. Next year, next season, we'll see what I do. I don't know if we're going to shut off. I don't know if we're going to reset at 1.21. I may try to keep this, because I'm the one who hosts this server now. Part of me really wants to keep this server for another season, so 2 years. I kind of like the 2-year idea. But I'll leave it up to the FanCrafters, really. I mean, part of me wants to be like, you know. But the problem is, I would have to basically go into the universal Minecraft tool I use and reset, like, outside a certain area to make sure we all get the new content. Because at least the last time we did it, when there was new content... Did I fly past your base? I think I did. The last time there was new content, and we hung around, we basically had to go out like 10,000... So, I don't know how we're going to work that yet. Where's her base? Did she take her things down? I think she did. I think she took off her... she had a pylon of logs here. And yeah, at night, man, if you don't have lighting, the shaders shade, man. So, oh, she's lit this up pretty good, though. Oh, this must be where she is then. Oh, there it is. That's her base. So, yeah, she just started by building her base up here. And then she's kind of been building in this area around here. So, harder to see at night because I'm using the shaders. So, actually, I'll just use her bed. Because I think she's got a bed around here. Well, she had a cave. I dropped a few things off. She needed something, and I had a bunch of them. So, you know... She just joined the server, so I'm kind of being cool and like, you know, she's kind of playing catch up with us. Where did her bedroom go? She had a bed in here somewhere. There it is. And again, the shaders are really great until you get inside. Once you get inside on a shader, you're kind of like, yeah. Oh, wow. So she's got her honeydew list. That's kind of cool. I'm not going to read it because it's, you know, it's rude. I'm just kind of showing off what she's kind of done a lot of work around here, though. She's got a lot built. She's definitely more of the farming type of player, it looks like. I know she has a lot of animals down here right now. And I mean, I have just enough, you know, it's weird. I've built them as not so much farm animals, but, you know, I tend to put them into actual farms where, you know, I can basically make them make babies and then kill the babies. So, yeah. Which, by the way, I mean, if you think about it, Minecraft, I mean, we're not very good for things like, you know, being cool to animals and villagers. Let's face it, I catch a lot of flack from my wife every once in a while. And my kids, surprisingly. When they go and look at my villager farms, and they're just like, you know, you just put them in little 1x1 cages. They can't even get to their beds. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want them sleeping. What if I need books at night, man? I don't want them to sleep. No. They stay up. Here, I'll show you. Yeah, and I'll show you guys what I mean by that. But yeah, man, that just looks awesome with the shaders on. So yeah, that's the pirate district. That's the pirate games going on. They're going to build more as time goes on. We're going to have a round 2 and I guess a round 3. I don't know what it's going to consist of. Only Bo really knows. And sometimes I don't know if Bo really knows. So, and there's my Williamsburg sign that'll eventually load in. So, yeah, here we are in Williamsburg. So, yeah, let me, you know, how I do farms and villagers and stuff is my villager farm is up here. here's my. In here are my 2 villager breeder dudes. And then I keep my villagers. They don't even get to their beds. Their beds are under the glass here. So this is my iron farm, book farm, and resource farm, and basically my villager farms. And then, that's a spider, I think. Oh, no, that's a squid. And, and then they help me to make iron. So what I do is I'll come up here usually and run around, take a lap. And by the time I finish one lap, usually iron golems will start spawning. So I haven't needed iron in some time. Same with any books or anything. And how they're doing 1.21 kind of sucks for me. Because, that is just how I've done my books. And basically what's going to end up happening is that each of these villagers are going to be... Each area is going to tell you what books you can get from the book villagers. So from the librarians. So I'll have to be and really what it is they're really limiting. They really want to make it harder to get mending, which I think sucks. But I guess I get it too, because with XP farms and stuff, mending. I haven't changed armor really. Oh, cool. And that's my gunpowder farm, and then this is my sea stuff farm. So. And then, look at that city, man. I love this. Like, this, to me, this is home. Like all these 4 buildings here and the ones I'm going to put up. I'm just doing it because I get a little homesick. But, yeah, and then, and these are where my other farms are. So, I've got the First Federal Plaza here, the one with the dish on top. That is actually a mob farm, which is just, generating whatever mobs it wants to. It's not the mob farm out there is strictly for gunpowder. This farm here will do all of them. So, and yep, gotta hang lights because, again, there we go. So these guys are doing pretty good. And basically what it is that, I can go over here. And you can't see it now because, obviously. But. So, mobs will spawn in up top there and on these areas. Walk off, fall down into the thingy. You know what? Let's just send. Yeah, I don't need that shell. So. And this thing just basically, they will spawn and then drop. And they'll drop down onto, they get led down to the magma block, which then kills them. Or I can go in and, I can stand up here with my sword, and if something falls in, if I can see it, and just kill them if I want to. So that's my mob farm, and then over here. So in what's the Xerox building down in Rochester, the Dark Tower they call it. This is my more. This is for more either animal or more active type farming. Like I need to do something to farm this stuff. To harvest it. So this is my flower/dye farm. Basically, you come over here, click the switch, things move. Makes the and it also drops bone meal, and then the cart goes, picks it up, drops all the flowers off, they go down. Then up here, and my dog is upset. It's nighttime, zoomy time is what it is. This here is my lava farm. So all of these are iron kettles, and again, you know what? I'll turn the shaders don't work in this place very well. So again, I'll take the shaders off. So as you can see here, what I do here is I grab a bucket, and do I have any open buckets? I don't. That's okay. Basically what happens is I've got dripstone here going to a lot of iron kettles of lava. And then you can go, you may not know this, you can harvest lava from under here and it'll change the color of the kettle. So I haven't needed lava for a while. And then this is the level where I make my food. So this is my chicken and cow farm. Oh, look, my chickens are they grown up? No, they're still baby. Are they grown ups? Well, let's find out. So what happens is this. I have this little machine here that makes the eggs hatch. All right, so there's, I don't know, however many eggs. Oh, there's many eggs in there. Okay. So I got a bunch of eggs up. I got a bunch of chickens up there that are laying eggs. And then what I do is I break all of the chickens, all the eggs into chickens. Yeah. So those all become chickens. I wait till they grow up, and then I light them on fire. But the babies don't get killed. Here, this is simply a grab some wheat, walk up here, and either right here, or I even go up top sometimes. Yeah, just come up here and yeah, all right, good. So they're all fed. They make babies. The babies fall down here, fall down and are forced into this area here, where I can then feed the babies. And it gets harder the more babies that are in there. All right. And then I just burn the adults. Much like here, the fire doesn't go down below 1 block. The cows die, and I harvest the meat. That's literally how that works. So, I mean, she's got a nice little farm over there, and me, I'm like, no. Let me do this. So then I go up here, and this is my actual like farming area. So I come through here and I get the wheat I need, plant it again, et cetera, et cetera. So this is kind of like my active farm, really. This is like for active farming. And I'm probably going to put another layer here of something else to grow because I still got a lot of room in this tower. And then over here, in what used to be the Chase building, I've got sniffers here. This is what I dropped off for her. She wanted sniffer eggs, so I had the sniffers create some eggs and here, and then they dropped their stuff. Same thing. Obviously, a honey farm here. The sheep farm, which is looking pretty good. I guess I've still got enough trimmers here. It's a good wool farm, one for each color. That's a fully automated farm. That's just it. All the farms in here, other than the honey farm, are fully automated. And then this here's my basalt generator. So, and then down here is where everything comes. So, if I need wool, I come here to get it. And I've been overfilling because the cactus farm is really good, and it works really, really well. And then it gets kind of bound up, so I have to kind of overflow. But so far, things are working pretty good here. Chase like the bank, yeah. Pengu, that's kind of inhumane. Yeah, that's just it. I'm not exactly the beacon of humanity when it comes to my farms in Minecraft. I take my villagers and put them in little rooms, and I take my animals and I grow them and then burn them because I don't want to cook the meat. I really don't. It's part of it is by burning the animals the way I do, I don't have to cook. Like they're cooked. And maybe that makes me a horrible person, but And I know I have a bed here. That's again darkness. But yeah, Pengu, it's the Chase building like Chase Manhattan Bank, because in Rochester, New York, all these are built off of buildings around Rochester. There's a building here that was that we call it Chase building, and it looked something like that. And next one I'm going to build is the Hyatt Hotel, which is a very interesting build. Feed lots, yes. So, and then I haven't figured out what I'm doing here. I've got 2 other buildings I haven't done anything with. This one's kind of like just a general office building. It's what's called the Times Union building. and it's just a bunch of office. It's just a bunch of office floors. There's nothing in here yet. This here feels like it should be a farm because of the way it's built and the way it's structured. You guys can't see this. You know what? Hold on. I got night. Yeah. So as you can see here, like this here lends itself very nicely. I thought about a mob farm here, like moving the mob farm over here, because it lends itself real nicely to how it's built. But I haven't decided yet if that's what we're going to do with it or not. This is what they call the Bausch and Lomb building. Right there. And again, these are not to scale, but if you're from Rochester, you would know what these buildings are. You get better quality steak from grass-fed beef, I guess. But yeah, I've really kind of enjoyed it. So this has been kind of my base for these last few weeks. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm thinking about building the Hyatt Hotel. I think I'm going to build it here on top of. I built this bar here, and I called it Harry's Hideaway because I built it right after I built the X Mansion. And if you read the Marvel comics, Harry's Hideaway is a major part, or it was in the old days. I'm not sure how they do it now, but in the old days, Harry's Hideaway was it's always been kind of an X-Men staple. I've been a few times. I probably don't know the building downtown as well as you. Yeah, being from there, I get homesick. Living in the Albany area, Albany has a unique skyline, but it's not like this. I mean, the buildings in Rochester, just take a look up Rochester skyline. The buildings there are just, it's very unique. I've always loved how it's kind of put together. But yeah, I mean, it's, my base is kind of doing everything I want it to do these days. We're just kind of, and if you really want to see me being inhumane, I mean, look how I manage my skeleton horses. I keep them in the pool. So, at the X Mansion, because that just seems right. But yeah, for me, it's one of those things like, every once in a while I get a little bit homesick. I mean, the capital region of New York is great, but y'all eat way too healthy around here. You don't have anything remotely approaching a garbage plate. And yeah, sometimes you just get a little homesick. So, I'm going to go down to the downstairs real quick because I want to see how Professor Xavier, oh, darn it. Oh, wow, because with the night potion on. So this is the underground of the X Mansion. I haven't looked at how Professor X looks yet. Has been forced to make a public apology for ruining the riverfront with 787. Wow. Chicken wriggles are the best meal from Western New York. No, chicken wings are, yeah. I can't get good wings out here. I still can't get good wings out here. They get close, but not quite. So this is Cerebro, obviously Professor X. Yeah, I kind of love how I built the X Mansion this time. It's the second time I've done the X Mansion in Minecraft. This is Earth 4, and on Earth 2 I built an X Mansion, but this one's far better. I especially love, how I built this. How I built the Blackbird. So. But yeah, I've been really kind of enjoying the server and stuff. I can show one more thing I built. So. I have gone ahead and built a train to Hobbiton and to other areas. Staple Syracuse filled. And they don't do the pizzas with the sauce over top of the cheese. That's true. Yeah, it's been interesting to get stuff. So I've built this little underground system. There's one to Central City. There's one to the rest of my base. And then there's one going to New Hobbiton. So we'll go through here. This will be kind of where we end. So I haven't even shown this to the other FanCrafters yet. I built a subway system to New Hobbiton, which is kind of like a secondary base for all of us. For Knight and a few others, I think it's their primary. Where they kind of all wanted to kind of live together and do this communal thing. I have a hidey hole there that I'm working on, but I wanted to build this kind of and it's slower than anything. You could fly there better. You can go through the portal, but I just love the idea of underground trains. You know, just kind of a neat idea, especially if like you die and you have to get there quickly or whatever, and you don't want to go through the Nether for whatever reason. You know, it's just kind of cool to have. So I built this whole like cavern under here to kind of, because again, iron is not a problem for me. Iron is not a problem for me. So I had plenty of iron and wood to kind of build, you know, all these tracks. Redstone's becoming less and less of a problem as well. So, but yeah, I just went ahead and went to town on all of these here because my villagers, I get a ton of redstone and emeralds, and I get all the emeralds from my raid farms. So yeah, I'm pretty self-sufficient now. Like I've set myself up to where resources are not a problem anymore. It's now just the time and trying to build the redstone for stuff to make it work right. You know, that's kind of what I want to do next. Like I said, I'm going to build the Hyatt farm. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in the Hyatt building yet. You know, because I have kind of all the farms I need. I kind of want a tree farm. So I might build a tree farm in the B&L building I built there. That might actually be a really good place for a tree farm. And, you know, there's a few other farms I wouldn't mind getting into. But, I mean, for right now, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like I'm waiting for things to do because I kind of built everything I need to build other things. So, but we'll see what's happening here. Yeah, this is a pretty long ride, and we're now under the glass, so you can't see through the glass with the shaders on. It's a little tougher, so it's less of a interesting ride, I guess. Do you have a witch farm for redstone? No, I don't. Maybe I should do that. Because I have a witch cabin right close to me. Right next to my base. That's something to think about. That's not very far. I actually had two. It's part of why I chose where I chose. I had 2 witch cabins. I killed one because it was just, they were killing me. It was early game. And I was like, nah, I don't want to deal with this. But I mean, as far as gunpowder goes, I have a ton of gunpowder. Like my creeper farm is ridiculously efficient. So this train here takes us all the way out to New Hobbiton. And New Hobbiton is, like I said, it's just this kind of area that we have built for everybody. All the resources here are available for anyone at any time. Again, I built most of my own farms, so I don't come out here very much. I do love what they did for the... either this is cement. I think... Oh, yeah, it's a cement farm. Cement farm, but it's the same idea I've got for the basalt farm. I love what they did for the cement farm. Oh, and Night Valen just joined. So rockets and elytra is your preferred travel without worry. Yeah, pretty much. I have so many rockets. I've got so many ways to get gunpowder and paper. But we built this kind of community here. I've been meaning to work with Kyle. He built the night creeper farm, or the creeper farm over here. He said it's not been as efficient for him as he'd like. I think it needs to be closed in. But, what's up? Oh, yeah. Yeah, those sound very familiar. I'm on a stream right now. Are you going to yell at me in front of people? Thank you, dear. My wife's yelling at me because I'm diabetic and I bought candy.
A lot of it.
Not a lot of it, just some of it. Caramels, Nerds, and Skittles. Those are the 3 essential food groups. Do you now know about level 3 duration rockets? I don't think they have those in Bedrock, do they? If I lose a leg, you're not leaving. I do believe it said till death do us part, so unless they take... You're going to put me in a home? Woo! Yeah, I will get it. I'll be put in a home. You know what that means. Get myself some, some nursing home action, because that's all they do at nursing homes. And so this is New Hobbiton. Again, we all have hobbit holes. This is mine. Again, it's not totally built yet. Do they really? Do they 3 gunpowder to 1 paper? Oh, I would not mind doing that. I should look into that then. So I built this here, this hobbit hole. When I built it, I realized that we had this lovely little cave here So I really built the glass. Now it doesn't work as well with the shaders on. Glass is kind of glass unfortunately took a hit by the shaders because as you can see, you can't really see through them that well. But still, I kind of like my little hobbit hole here, which is kind of, I'm building levels and layers and stuff. So I've been working on this little by little. And then, but New Hobbiton, I mean, this thing's kind of great. This was Night Valen's idea, who's just joined the server. And, he kind of built it just for everybody to kind of have, resource sharing and stuff like that. But of course, I decided, that I don't want to resource share. I want to resource pilfer. I don't believe in sharing. Sharing is caring, and I don't care. I'm part of Gen X. We just don't care. No, I'm just kidding. But but that's kind of what's happening. Yeah, you have to manually craft them. I will take a look at that, Pengu, because if I can get level 3 rockets, that would be even better. Netherfort and portal, Froglight. Nope, I want to go this way. I do love that he built his tunnel flyable. Or I've flown in this before. Oh, duh. He made this tunnel flyable this time, which is really great. I love how the shaders look. I'm sorry. The shaders are just freaking cool. But I think this is going to kind of do it for my Minecraft stream. I may switch over to Galaxies here. Do a little Legends Galaxy. Work on the Bounty Hunter. Do a little of the Java theme park. Because I've done pretty much everything. I was kind of hanging out for Socasm, but I'm not sure. I don't think she can make it tonight. So, you know what? Let's go to... I always like to finish on a real nice visual. So we'll go over here. Gen X, the generation without a purpose. Isn't that what they used to say? We have plenty of purpose. Our purpose is to tell you how you're screwing up. That's our job. Why? Because that's what everybody did to us. They told us how we're screwing up. But yeah, I'm sorry. I am, if they had a competition on this server for best base, I'm sorry. I think I win this time. Because I love this base. I think this is the most complete base I've ever built. It's definitely interesting. You have the Seven Lanterns next to the X Mansion next to Rochester, New York. So, I mean, where else can you do that? Plus, I mean, I've got my house right there. So, the house I grew up in, my grandmother's house, and then there's a house I'm currently living in. So, I'm loving life, but this is going to kind of do it for the stream tonight. Hang around. I'm gonna end the stream. I'm going to switch things up. I'm going to load up for Star Wars Galaxies and do a little bit there if my wife's okay with it. Which I think she will be because she doesn't care. So, yeah, millennials got effed up by the boomers who raised us pretty much. No, don't forget, we raised the boomer. Yeah. Oh, Socasm, you're on. Oh, did you want to do something? Oh, she's saying hi and bye. All right. Well, I am going to... Yeah, Socasm is here. Sure enough. It's all right. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to... I'm good. I just got home. Okay, cool. I'm going to switch over to Star Wars Galaxy, so hopefully you guys will catch some of that stuff there. I will probably be doing Minecraft on Fridays, so I'll try to come up with something else to do next week. It's tough because right now, I mean, like I said, I've got all the farms I kind of need. I may work on building those rockets, but right now it's like my resources are pretty good and stuff like that. So I just tend to log in to do a little bit of building, and I'm going to think about what I'm going to do for part 2. I like the idea of you came up with, Pengu. So thanks for that. But I will see you guys in a little bit on Galaxies. Pengu, thanks for hanging. Socasm, thanks for stopping by. Guys, we will see you again soon. Don't go away. The stream will come back up where we're doing Galaxies. So take care. Bye-bye now.